once I, cleared my skin and I felt confident in the way that I looked, like better things started happening. Like
Mhm.
I, got the job, or
Yeah.
I wasn't scared of the interview, or I wasn't scared to push for my dreams. So I do think that it has a lot to do with that.
Deion Sanders always said, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel
Yes.
good, you play good. And if you play good, they pay good.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
And I
Yeah.
agree with
It's like a
that.
cool Oliver Twist,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Welcome to Extraordinary Stories. I'm Christine Butler, and with me is my co-host.
Forbes Shannon.
And today we have Brianna Ransbottom. Welcome, Brianna, to
Hi.
Extraordinary Stories.
Thank you.
I've been waiting so long for you to come on because you have such an incredible story. And I feel
Oh.
like it's one people don't really know and how you got to your success, right? And owning your own business. Sonder Skin is all Brianna, like from the inside out. And I'm so excited for you to talk about it.
Thank you.
Well, Forbes, who is she nominated by?
Christine Butler.
How do you know Christine?
Well, I know Christine through her sister, actually. We grew up together. We were best friends for many years. And then she resurfaced a couple years ago and started coming to me. Well, no, her son. She brought her
Yes.
son in for his acne, teen acne. And then we slowly convinced her to also join in on the party.
Sure. How do
And
you,
it's the best.
how do you slowly convince someone that they need work?
Well, she used to have to sit there and just watch. So, and sometimes that can be pretty enticing, but
Mhm.
I think she also just wanted a little refresh. And then after that first facial, she was addicted.
Yeah, and I feel like once you hit 30, you're like, crap.
Yeah.
I have to start taking this shit serious.
Yeah.
And so
I can't relate. I've never washed my face and I've just never had a problem.
Most
Yeah.
men are blessed that way.
What? What
But
is
that's
it?
okay. That's
Ugh.
okay. I'll teach you some stuff.
Okay. For sure.
Did you guys grow up with acne?
I did. Yeah.
I did not. I was lucky.
Yeah, I didn't either until now. And mine's hormonal, being a
Yeah.
woman, but
I started a little later. I had pretty okay skin through teen years, but once I hit 20, it was downhill from there.
really?
Yeah, really bad acne, actually.
Is that a common thing?
It's pretty common in women mainly because hormones, especially, and then if you have a kid, but women can have acne throughout their entire lives, really.
Right.
Truly. Men are the ones that are blessed with the hormone that only really happens during the teen years.
Mhm. I mean, my plague is that I can't grow a beard, which is crazy because I've had this voice and chest hair since I was like 12, But yeah,
You're doing pretty good, Forbes. Come on.
I think you're doing all right.
it's just manicured.
Yeah, it's just manicured.
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of treatments for lots of things. I'm sure you'll find something. If
had-
it really bothers you.
I had my first nose waxing. the
Oh,
other day.
I provide that.
That shit will wake you up.
It will
I'm
wake you up.
telling you, but doesn't it feel good after?
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I can breathe.
You're like, I can breathe again. Yeah. No, the nose waxing it's a fun one and it's quick. But men absolutely need it. The older they get.
Yeah.
You start to see those little hairs and you're like, it's time.
So,
It's time.
what drew you into finding your passion in this business, the business of helping people look good? Because Christine helps people write good.
Yeah.
I help people speak good. You help people look good. Together, we got the trifecta.
We do. I do love that. We could be a team. We could be a whole trio, especially for all these extraordinary people on here. So what started it was, if we're going way far back, I was a super insecure kid. I was an ugly duckling, I like to call it. I didn't peak in high school. And I grew up with boys, so I wasn't really feminine at all, and I didn't know how to be. And it wasn't until I was introduced to makeup through other makeup artists when I started playing around with photography and modeling and stuff. And I fell in love with that part of it. So oddly enough, I started in makeup, and then I realized that I really liked making people feel confident, and I wanted to go deeper with that. And ultimately, without makeup, if our skin is perfectly balanced and clear, like we're just naturally confident. We can walk out the door and feel our best selves. And I just wanted to do something that was building that confidence long term and not just for a wedding or special event.
Mm.
Oh, that's beautiful. And when you think about it on a deeper level, you go from covering to completely like exposing.
Being free.
Do
Yeah.
you see a correlation with your personal life and that?
Wow. That's a really good question,
Just
Christine.
off the rip.
That kind of just like shot me back a little. I would say, yeah, like I've never thought of it that way, but I do feel like, I had a very unique background and, I hit a lot. And once I was introduced to makeup, I hit a lot behind makeup.
Yeah.
And then that's when the skin got bad too. So it was just a bad mix. And, but I did find that I was very insecure when I was young, and when I started to build that confidence in myself overall, and of course it's with looks, but I mean, that's life, right?
What are you gonna do?
But once I, cleared my skin and I felt confident in the way that I looked, like better things started happening. Like I, got the job, or
Yeah.
I wasn't scared of the interview, or I wasn't scared to push for my dreams. So I do think that it has a lot to do with that.
Deion Sanders always said, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel
Yes.
good, you play good. And if you play good, they pay good.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
And I agree with
It's like a
that.
cool Oliver Twist.
Yeah. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like I get a lot of clients that come in and they're almost like shy to admit that that it is a big worry for them. It can be debilitating if you have serious skin issues. And
Sure.
one of the things that I hate the most when they say in my bed is like, it's not that bad. I know it's just like you know, material, or
Uh,
it's
yeah.
very vain of me to care about this, but it's like, no, it matters. It matters how you feel the way you walk into your life. It just matters. I think everything after that gets better.
Mm.
Yeah, you say walk into life.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I envision like something that's up and down, ebbs and flows, like
All the
craziest.
time.
Like what's the best time of your life? Looking
My
back on it.
best
Yeah, the
time?
best time ever. To get,
I would say, honestly, with my kids.
Yeah.
But my kids are great and we had a lot of ups and downs, but thinking about, and you always remember it after the fact, right? Like reflecting and you're like, wow, those were good times.
Yeah.
But I would say after I turned 30 was probably like the best times.
Yeah. Going into 30, everyone was like, the 30s are it. Like, just wait. And I'm like, okay. Like, hoping.
And now I'm hearing the 40s are it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait,
You
let's
guys
get
just
there.
keep looking. And then the 50s, I think it's a mindset.
If
we just generationally just keep thinking that, like,
Yeah.
we're good, guys.
On my 30th birthday, there was a big party. Before the party, my girlfriend at the time was like, you need to go get your hair cut. And this is when I had like longish hair. And I went to the barber, and it was a barber I'd never been to. She was like, what do you want? I was like, shave it.
just buzz it.
Just shave it. And she was like, okay. And then, like, if I said it like that, she's probably like, he knows I've never done that, right? And I shaved it, and I came back home, and my girlfriend at the time said, let's take a minute to appreciate how understanding I am.
Oh,
And I was like, oh, you don't like it? But the funny thing is that I felt so much better about myself that I don't think it was a bad look just because I liked how I looked.
yeah.
Like I was like, the reason I bring that up is because it was on a milestone. It was on my 30th birthday. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to rebrand,
Yeah.
change the look, change the vibe. And I feel like actually shaving my head like aged me like 10 years. Like people are like, oh, this guy's 40 now, And I was like, cool. I like being ahead of the curve. I like looking older than I am,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not always about what other people think either. It's about how you feel in
Right.
it.
Mhm.
And that's where I kind of got into skincare too, is I was like, yeah, makeup's great and all, but I would love to feel confident enough to go to the gym without makeup. That would be great.
Yeah,
Got it.
sure. And I think like maybe, and I'm asking you this, but it's just kind of like a hypothesis, is that like maybe people who are in your studio who say like, "Oh, I don't want to be vain," it's because they're worried about what other people are going to think, or they're doing it
Mhm.
for other people and not for themselves?
Correct. Yeah. A lot of times when I hear that, I hear someone else in their ear, not them. Because, I mean, it's, an ex-boyfriend or a friend that's like, it's not that bad. Your acne's not that bad. I hate that. I hate it so much. I think that any amount, a single blemish, if it bothers you, it matters. And it's whether or not you care enough to, put in the work and prevent those blemishes from happening again.
Was there someone that said something to you at some point in your life that like was stuck in your ear for a minute?
For something like that? Oh, yeah. Many,
Well, it
many
doesn't have to be
people.
anything like that. Like, I mean, I had a doctor tell me that like I probably wouldn't go to college, you know, and
Oh,
and that stuck in my head for
Mhm.
so long.
there is
So
something
what'd you
actually.
do?
I went and got a full ride to
You
college.
got
Right? Yeah, you
Yeah,
did. Yeah, you did.
yeah.
and he started a nonprofit and did
Incredible.
things in high school, right? So I think it's those traumas,
Just
those
to
things.
spite that guy.
Yeah. Actually, my fourth grade teacher, I had a fourth grade teacher, same class as your sister.
No. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And he always used to get really frustrated with us if we were being rowdy or like weren't understanding something. And he would just be like, it's not rocket science. And he would always be like, do you want to end up working at McDonald's?
Oh my god.
Like over and over again. It was like an everyday thing. And that did kind of stick with me. And what's funny is one of my first jobs was McDonald's. And I made pretty good money, okay? I made pretty good money. But yeah, I always knew I wanted more for myself. I just didn't know what. And I wasn't really good at like academics. So I needed something that I could be creative in, but I couldn't draw. So it was, I couldn't do like a lot of those things. But once I started doing makeup and I realized, wow, I'm better at this than my friends. So this is good.
hmm
And then I was really just awoken and enlightened when I discovered skincare and ingredients and I realized that I'm actually a nerd for this. Like
Mm,
this is what I like,
mhm.
So
It
and that
sounds
built my
like
confidence too.
so that sounds like self-expression, right?
Yeah.
So I'm curious what role self-expression has in your personal life.
Oh, personal life. I would say I love fashion. I love, thrifting, getting
Mm,
something for a good deal. And I think I self-express myself with the way I look a lot. I'm covered in tattoos.
okay.
I change my hair a lot. I change up my makeup. And I like to thrift everything in my home as well. So I like to curate that. I guess that's how I self-express
I would say
myself.
like your aesthetic is just cool. Like,
It's just
like
cool.
cool
I've
period
never heard that.
underscore like just cool, right? Like you don't even try, you're just cool.
It's
you know?
funny because like I've never felt cool. And
Really?
so it's nice when I
But
hear
you also
that.
have this like I don't give a fuck vibe. So it's like like you just
Well,
I'm
when
not
you grow
surprised.
up in a neighborhood like we did,
We a block away.
block away, you got to have thick skin.
Yeah.
It didn't grow then. It grew slowly, but um yeah, like I never felt cool growing up and then I just kind of at a certain point in my life I was like, "You know what? I'm just going to be who I truly am."
Mm,
And I wasn't scared of it. I wasn't scared of tattooing my hands or like, doing things like that. Cause I was like, I knew that I was going to do something that I would belong in,
Do you
regardless
feel
of how
like
I
you
looked.
marked your body that way and did certain things and fell into those kind of crowds, of edgy people, because that's what you felt like you inspired to be like, right? Like on a deeper level though,
Yeah.
right? So like not even just aesthetically,
Yeah.
but like the whole theory behind being a little bit edgy or being a little too much or like when I say tattoo your hands, when you did that, you almost like cemented yourself in that philosophy of like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Nothing's too serious. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah. And I kind of always wanted to feel that way.
Yeah.
I think I cared so much about what people thought when I was growing up that once I got older, I was like, you know what? I'm going to start not giving a shit.
Like lean into it.
Yeah, like because I am destined to do great things and I know deep down inside like I got this,
Yeah.
And
I think what you said that's interesting is like the impact of your younger self on your current self.
Mm.
Like, because I also never felt cool. And then I had this moment where I was like, all right, if 16-year-old Forbes got to meet 30-year-old Forbes, well, 16-year-old Forbes would think 30-year-old Forbes is pretty cool,
Yeah, I
right?
feel that way too.
And so, like, what do you think your younger Brianna thinks of Brianna today?
I think she would think she's cool too. I think she would think that we made it.
Mm,
And it doesn't even have to be extravagant, you know? Like, I've never wanted to be rich, or I just wanted to be comfortable. I used to daydream about like having my own apartment. It's like,
yeah.
we made it. We did it, you know? And um I think she'd be proud of her for
Mm.
sure. Yeah.
So let's go a step further. What does the future Brianna think of this Brianna right now?
Oh, the future Brianna. God, that's a hard question. I would say she'd probably think she's really strong, and I know at the end it always works out. And so right now it might seem tough because owning a business is not,
Sure.
it's not child's play.
Yeah.
I want to rip my hair out every day. But um, I think she'd be really proud of her and just think that she's a strong woman, really. And hopefully that Brianna is relaxing.
Yes. Yes. Forbes has a saying, it's every day's a vacation.
Yeah, every day's a vacation. I was talking to a mentee of mine, and he said, well, I want to own a lifestyle business, where I work 4 hours a day. And I was like, okay, BS. You work 12 hours a day right now. Like, I believe that you need to live the life you want today.
Yeah.
I was like, go live your lifestyle business now.
Yeah.
Work 4 hours a day, and you're going to be bad at it for a minute.
Yeah.
And then eventually,
Probably broke too.
right? Yeah, but if that's what you want, you need to start practicing it now. Like, because I think, everyone wants to be retired,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then no one's on vacation, and then they get to retirement, and they're like, "What the fuck do I do?"
Or a lot
That's
of
so
times
true,
I
though.
hear like they go on retirement and they die within the first 2 years.
'Cause they have
It's
no purpose.
It's so wild.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to live like that. I want to always have my purpose. That's yeah.
And what is your
I'm
purpose?
I knew you were going to say that. I would say my purpose is to build that confidence that has inspired me and others in any way that fits, really. Like, even if I decide to retire the studio, like, I think I would find other creative ways to build that confidence in other people, because it is beautiful. I find that part to be my why, really.
Now, it's been a pretty deep conversation, I feel.
Yeah.
But I feel like how we express that is music. And I couldn't wait to talk about this with you because on your arm, you have Robert Smith. The
Yes.
Cure is my favorite band, and I know
my
it's
favorite
yours.
band.
It's the funniest thing.
It is so funny.
But you are very heavily involved in music, right? You go to a lot of
Love
live
music.
shows. You love live music. Where did that love come from?
It being my only friend growing up.
Yeah.
Really.
And what was it that you played?
Destiny's Child.
Hey, I had that phase.
I did have that phase too. And Usher. Oh, that's my karaoke song.
We were just talking about this. His is Ariel.
Yeah, Under the Sea.
Okay.
Yeah.
You karaoke Under the Sea at the bar.
It gets people going.
You know what? I respect that a lot, actually.
We're going to have an extraordinary karaoke night. We have a
Under the
couple
sea.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be so down for that. No, I would say music just always made me feel good. And I kind of leaned into that as a kid because I didn't have like the greatest childhood.
Mm.
So it was a great escape.
Mhm.
And that specific genre, The Cure, that came when this 12-year-old kid from LA moved into our neighborhood and we became really great friends. And he hands me a burned CD with a mix of The Cure. And he's like, you got to listen to this.
He changed
And
your life. He changed your
he
life.
changed my life. And till this day, we're still friends. And like when I first saw The Cure live or when I post videos, every time he messages me, he's like,
That's so sweet.
I did that. I did
I
that.
did
And I'm
that.
like,
What a
You did.
compliment.
It is.
You
It's
know, my
great.
cousin Melissa, at 13, my parents were really strict, and she like has this burn CD, and it's typo negative. Like, it's not for the weak.
Yeah. That's like,
And then she like
that's,
slips it in, and I like, so then like that's kind of like where I got my start in that
Yeah.
kind of like weird, edgy,
yeah.
you know, because it was an escape.
Yep. And I remember there was a kid in my neighborhood, very close, like houses down, who showed me System of the Down.
Oh,
So can you
yeah.
imagine like little old blonde,
Right.
tiny girl
anger or
Brianna, just
whatever,
like
yeah.
jamming out to System of the
Love
Down?
it.
Like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
But like, I laugh because our neighborhood, like
Our neighborhood,
where we grew up
yes.
was not like
Yeah, it was rough. It's a rough part of Phoenix, but I wouldn't change it. I think it made me who I was. It really
Exactly.
did.
There's a little like edge to us because like
we stood
when I
out.
go in to like a business meeting or I go network, or it just comes out, and like I just but it's just who we are.
It's who we are. Yeah. And I tried to hide that for a long
Me
time in my
too.
early 20s. Like I tried to, I was ashamed of that. And I don't think that I have anything to be ashamed of it
Mhm.
because it made me who I am, and I think it made me as complex as I am. I
Yeah.
can be in any kind of room and just get along with anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It builds those, I don't want to say maybe not identities, but faces.
Yes.
Maybe identity is a little bit better because you have to be like very like fluid, adapt,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And like
adapted.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why were you ashamed of it?
It was a rough part of town. It's rough. It was have you heard of Maryville?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that's where we grew up.
That's usually a punchline in jokes we write.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
comics love to mention Maryville.
Yeah.
And I dated a comic, I know. I was at a lot of open mics. And every single time you'd look at me like, that's where you're from. I'm like, yep, that's it.
Well, and having blue eyes and having a light.
I was a minority in my neighborhood.
I got made fun of for being white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was, I got beat up
No
for
way.
being, oh yeah. And it's crazy is that, well, you know this, I was raised by Hispanics.
Fluent. Right.
I'm fluent in Spanish. I was adopted. I'm not Hispanic in any way. I'm fully white, but I was raised by them. And it was a strange time for me, especially in those like formative years where
Yeah.
you're like, who am I? I'm like,
Right.
I have no idea.
But you were always cool. Like you were always the girl who had like glitter nail polish
Yeah.
and like ponytails that you just never gave a fuck.
I tried. I look back and I think I embarrassed myself and was asking to get beat up, but that's okay. I had a good time. It was rough, but I would say that that's why I was a little ashamed growing up. It was always hard to like take home your boyfriend, from the
100%.
East Valley to meet your family.
And then it also makes you grow up a little bit more because of what you're exposed to.
Yeah.
So you're always just like your foundational years aren't like other people's foundational years, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of battle.
Yeah.
But are also so grateful, right? So it's like
Totally.
it's a freeing moment when you're just authentically having fun in life and just going with the flow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I fought that for so long, and I finally was just like, you know what? Actually, this is my truth. This is me.
How did your childhood impact how you parent?
Oh gosh. Well, being adopted, I had kind of a rough start up until 8, and then after that, very loving home. But I would say it impacted. One of my number one things when I had kids was I'm always going to be honest with them, because I just felt like my parents lied to me so much about so many things that didn't matter,
Yeah.
but also the things that did. And I always told them the truth about everything. If they asked me, what kind of drugs have you tried? Or
Let me tell you.
Yeah. And I would tell them why it's not that fun, or
Right.
why it's not that worth it. And
That's kind of Aaron's parenting as well.
I think, and it's worked.
Mhm.
My kids are great. Like
Mhm.
I'm proud of them for a lot of things. Obviously, being a parent is hard and there's hard times, but, I think they're going to do great things.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to also avoid a lot of mistakes because I was honest with them about a lot of things.
Mhm.
And I mean, I grew up in a Hispanic household where everything was hush hush. Like my mom didn't talk to me about my menstrual cycle. She didn't explain to me anything about sex. And when that time came, I was like the girl that just didn't know about that stuff. And it
Right.
was really weird.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think that that's how it's impacted. And like because I also know my birth mom. And so in comparison to that, I don't give up
Yeah.
because my mom gave up on me. And that's, to me, I could be like, on the verge of homelessness and I'd pull through and figure it out
Mm-hmm.
because I always do. It's just how it is. But yeah, that's how I'd say that impacted me.
Being a mom is like the craziest thing, especially when you
It's
don't
so
fully
wild.
get yourself yet, right?
Especially, yeah, young.
Yeah, but it's like that love.
Yeah, it
Young?
was wild. It was wild. I was young. I was really young.
Same. And so I look back on those years and that love, that instant love, it just like happens and it's so hard to fully explain it, right?
Yep.
And so would you say that love, like the love of specifically a mother,
Mhm.
like trumps anything?
Yeah.
Right? You would do anything.
Mhm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly like so in my career, I've done many, many different things, but I
Yeah.
finally landed on a job that I feel very passionate about which is advising Kimberly Fletcher. She's the Mom for America, quite literally Moms for America. That's her whole thing, is that like a mom can change the moral value of a human being and a nation essentially
Yeah.
by instilling that at the dinner table, whatever the dinner table looks like.
Yeah, and it gives us superpowers,
100%.
like, and Superman strength. Like
Mhm.
I have been able to do things that I can't even like that 16-year-old Brianna would be like, "What? Like, how did you get out of here?
Right.
How'd you do that?" And the only answer I have is because I have those kids to think about.
Mhm.
But yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly, and it is hard to explain. I try to tell my friends who are just now having kids now that it's like,
It's eye-opening.
yeah, and when they're scared, like I have clients that are pregnant and they're scared. I'm like, that's normal, but I don't know how to explain it to you. It just happens,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it is.
Power of a mama.
Power of a mom. Yep.
That's insane. Well, you guys can find out more about Brianna on Extraordinary Stories. Orbs, you want to do the...
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, before this,
Yeah.
I want to get your advice.
Okay.
So we always ask our listeners, or our guests, one piece of advice that you would give to our listeners today
Okay.
to be more extraordinary.
To be more extraordinary. Oh my gosh. I was prepared for like skincare questions, you guys.
Well, we know that your brand is fire, okay? And you're amazing at what you do, but we want to know why it is.
It's so good. I would say that my number one piece of advice would be to never give up and always push for your dreams. If there's something that has always been at the back of your head, like just keep going, even if it feels like it's not going to happen. Because somehow that's always happened to me. It's really weird.
That's awesome. Well,
Anyway.
you can read more about Brianna Ransbottom and Saunderskin at joinextraordinary.com. That's JOINEXTRAORDINARY.com. At Join Extraordinary on all of our socials. I'm Forbes Shannon.
I'm Christine Butler.
I'm Brianna Ransbottom.